I use the book that I have, which is this right here. I know everybody loves this book.
No.
Yeah.
Of course you do. Then we go to tutorials, and then we're doing chapter 3. Okay, so ready? Some people have laptops, that's great. So half of the class have, most of the class. Everybody has laptops.
Well,
1, 2, 3. Wow, that's it? 3 out of everybody. 4.
We're watching the game.
So, we're gonna do this. Okay, I already did it, but let's do it from the beginning. And this is a long one. This is for the whole week. Okay. So we need to do this whole thing for the whole week, and then we're done for this week.
Wow.
And then we start with the assignment. I mean, for the testing. Okay. So today we're gonna definitely do all of these all the way up to the beginning of data beans. Okay.
Data beans,
Okay. So one of the things that people are asking me, and I think we went over this, is that Downey, on all of his papers, he says that to take the previous assignment and expand that assignment.
Yeah,
okay?
very confusing.
You can do that if you want to, but I wouldn't, because if I have assignment 1 working, I want to keep it. I want to leave it alone, and then I want to create a second assignment and then just copy the stuff from one to the other one. But I know that assignment 1 is good, because maybe if I go ahead and add assignment 2 to it, then I don't have either 1 or 2.
Yeah, it gets confusing.
It gets confusing too, right? And I think by getting some of the stuff from one and putting it into another one,
Yeah.
you also, creating a second assignment with parts of the first one, it also allows you to learn more, right?
As we go ahead and do that,
Yep,
like I'll use project 2 for example.
yep.
The stuff that the war file that we submitted to, we can just go ahead and delete like the previous folders we made in web before chapter 2, and I assume when we go to chapter 3, if we're not using anything from the chapter 2 folder, we can just go ahead and delete that.
Yeah, you only, yeah. If you create a different one, different,
Folders.
yeah, you only use what you need on the next one.
Right, okay.
Okay, so it says over here that go ahead and, if you not created number 1, just like it says in number 2, you go ahead and do this and that, right? So it says open source packages folder. So we know how to do that, right? And we're gonna create a package called CR, this guy right here.
Start example.
Okay, ready to go? Everybody ready? Okay,
Ready.
ready.
And we're using the
There you
chapter
go.
1 tutorial, right?
No, chapter
Chapter
3.
Chapter 3.
For chapter 3, we're using the chapter 1 tutorials or the chapter 2 tutorials?
It says use the NetBeans project that was created in chapter 1 tutorial.
Okay.
But we're creating a new one, right?
We're creating a brand new one.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier, right?
So, file new.
All right, so let's do that. So
Project.
what happened here, I created a guy here called chapter 3, this one, it's already done. Okay, but I did a B here, and the B is empty right now. So today we're gonna use the B, right? So it's empty, it's got web pages.
So you
The only thing that I have in there is the index. I don't have anything else there, I don't have any packages, nothing.
So you right click on source packages, right? To create the.
Right, so what you do, the first thing to do here, according to this guy, it says to go ahead and create on the source packages, create a new package called chapter 3 star example, right? So what's the key here? Remember? The key here is not to use the default. Make sure you don't use the default, okay? So create a branch,
Sorry.
Package.
God bless you. Yeah, new, and then you do
servlet.
Yeah.
Java
package.
package. Java package. So it's just like doing any project or any class or anything like that. You put the name that it's asking for, and just copy and paste it from there. And then you want to leave it alone, just finish. So notice it's right there. Okay, and the default is gone. Okay. Now we go back over there, and it says, okay, create a package. Copy the controller class from the servlet controller from tutorial 2. So we're going to go back to tutorial 2, and we had a controller class that was inside the servlet, which is what you just turned into there, right? So we go back to chapter 2, I think it's this guy here. And then inside the this configuration files, no, it wasn't those
Source
configuration files.
packages.
What was it?
Source?
Source packages, right. And in these guys, we had, this is the one that I screwed up. Mine chapter 2 is this guy here. Right here. Right here. So he's talking about, I got lost.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
You create a new one better. It's so much easier.
Right.
Yeah.
So it says copy the controller class from the servlet controlling tutorial for chapter 2.
Was he trying to save on writing? Why can't he just create the stuff all over?
Right. All right, so
Yes,
what's the
create a
easiest
class.
way of doing this? Is there any other easier way to do this?
Create it.
Huh?
So you create one and then copy from the website so you don't miss anything.
The best thing to do is we're looking on 2 and we're looking for controller inside the servlet on 2, right? So how about we go back to examples,
Example, there you go.
right? And then we go into tutorial 2,
Chapter 2.
chapter 2, and we're looking for something called, what was it?
Controller Java.
Controller?
Servlet, yeah, controller Java.
Okay.
There you go.
There's something there, controller Java,
That's the one.
that's the one.
So,
So you click on it,
Copy and paste.
then you go control, whoop,
Oh, everything.
control C, right? So we go back over here, so right now it's in memory, right? So where do we paste it?
You have to create a new Java class.
Exactly, so right here, on top of the, this guy that we did, we right click, go to new, and then we do what?
Java class.
Java class, come on, Java class, right? And we're gonna call it what? Controller. Okay, controller. Then just go finish. There it is, right? So I do right click, control A, and then just paste the other guy. The one that we got from this example, right?
That was a lot easier.
A lot by a long shot, okay? So you have all of your imports over there. You already know that you have the right guy here, but this one, you gotta make a change here, right?
You have to-
Yes, yes.
You gotta make a change to 3 because that belongs to this package 3, right? The name is exactly the same.
No, no,
Started.
it's not.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, you guys are paying attention.
Our example.
All right, example. All right, so what else do we need to do then? These imports will leave it like that. Will you do this if you were working for a company and you're producing stuff, will you do it like this?
Yeah,
Of course.
you already did the work, why do it again?
Yeah, why do it again? And you know the work is good, so why reinvent the wheel? So controller is the class, is the same class here. So this we don't have to change. It's extending the HTTP servlet, no problem. You have the duplicate that we did before. So this one is the same thing. We created the string there. It doesn't assign anything to it. And he's got the 3 guys that we've been using. The process button, that calls the process, the confirm calls that one, and then the default is the end. Right? So what's missing? What are we missing here?
The wish list.
No, we need to create these guys right now before we forget. We haven't moved from the previous program. We haven't moved either the process, the confirm, or the edit.
So you need your new JSPs.
We need those are JSPs right now, okay? So this one we're good, right? No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So where were those guys?
On the web pages, you create a new folder, right? Subfolder, chapter 3.
Right. Is he asking for this folder, or to create these subfolders? These are the 3 files that we're looking for, right?
right.
We need to do the process, the confirm, and the edit. Okay? Notice that I have this over here. I left it in there, I shouldn't have, but I left it there by mistake. So we go back over here. How did he have that? Anybody remembers? Chapter 2, right?
Yeah, in this case it'll be chapter 3, right?
Right.
And
So you got chapter 2 pages, simple. Is that the one? Bottom?
There you
Yeah,
go.
right?
Chapter 2, surplus control.
If you go down to chapter
This
3,
one here?
Yeah. Surplus controller.
These guys are inside
Surplus controller.
the server controller?
Inside chapter 2.
That's how you taught us to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I forgot. Alright, so let's see, we got the edit. Okay, so control A and C. Alright, so we go back over here, so where do I put that again?
So you have to create a chapter 3 folder.
Okay, so
Web
we are
pages.
here on B, so I'm gonna close this guy here. So where do I create chapter 3 in these guys?
You have a web pages.
Web pages, okay,
Right click,
right click,
new folder.
new folder,
New folder. You don't have it there, so you go to other.
No, it's there, it's
Yeah.
there. It's there. So, there we go.
Oh, there you go. I like
okay,
it.
what do I call it?
Chapter
CH3, right? That's it, right? You hit enter, so there it is. Now how do I create the other subdirectory?
Same thing, right click, folder.
I click new folder, and what was the name of the other guy?
Surplus controller.
Oh, here it is. So what's the rest of the guy?
Surplus controller.
Servlet.
Without the